Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another TIC Toastmasters Club meeting. It is November 3rd, and now I would like to think we are in fall, but it's very chilly. I feel like we've already hit winter at this point. Maybe that's what it feels like to live in New York, New Jersey area. I hope everyone else is doing well and are warm wherever you are. Sure. Before I begin, Giuseppe,
yes,
could you do me a favor and could you send or email Michael a link to the meeting?
Okay.
He's not able
I
to
will
join.
be.
And since
I
he's
will
a
be doing it.
Toastmaster today, I would appreciate it if all of you give me 1 or 2 minutes
Just
until the
1 second.
Toastmaster joins us. That way, he literally just got home.
Copy.
How's everybody doing today? Good?
Doing good, yeah.
I see we have a guest in the meeting, Marcy, and I'm going to try my best to say your last name, Berquest.
Perfect.
Awesome. I spoke to Marcy a couple of days ago, and she showed interest in Toastmasters. She actually heard about Toastmasters from her colleague. But, let me ask Marcy to introduce herself and not give away the prize. So, Marcy, if you could take like a minute to just briefly let us know what brought you to Toastmasters and what do you do?
Yeah, sure. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for welcoming me and introducing me. My name is Marcy Berquist, and I was told some very amazing things about Toastmasters from colleagues along my career path. Never in New York City. I've lived many different places. Actually, Milwaukee was where the colleague recommended Toastmasters, and it's been quite a few years since I've reconnected to the need. So I currently work for Kohl's department store. I work for retail. I've been in retail all my career, and I right now happen to be in a position that's in sourcing under product development. We do private label business for Kohl's department store and apparel. And I'm here because I'm at a point in my career where the next level for me, or the next step in my career path, is management board level, director level, and feel like I can definitely use some support and knowledge on presenting complex ideas to senior leadership in a way that they can understand it. I work a lot in the weeds still in my day-to-day, and so my opportunity is to bring up complex topics to senior level leadership within my company in a way that they can understand it. So that's why I'm here, to kind of observe and see if this is a platform that can help me perfect those skills.
That's great. I'm sure we can help you hone in on some of those skills. I know, personally speaking, Toastmasters has done a lot for me in both communication, leadership skills. And I can tell you, for each of these members here today, it has done the same, but with different stories. And if you choose our club, if you join our club with this, I'm sure you're going to learn all of their stories in time.
Amazing. Thank you.
I'm going to, before I begin, I think Michael, our Toastmaster, is still having trouble joining. Bathsheba, could you just take over for a minute? I just want to make sure that he is okay to tap in. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Absolutely, absolutely. What I'm going to do, welcome fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. What I'm going to do right now is to share my screen. Can you see the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So today's meeting will start with our presiding officer, that would be Jahnavi, who just spoke. Next would be Michael Lau, who is our Toastmaster. Our team, our evaluation team today is our timer, which is Marissa Shed. The R counter is Zachary Auslander. I will be the speech tip master and joke master of the day. If you don't laugh at my joke, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Sally Zeng is our prepared speaker. And for those of you that are not aware of what a prepared speaker is, this is a person who has taken some time and rehearsed her speech. Sally is from my old club, Pfizer Free Speech, so we joined here together. Table Topics Master will be Giuseppe. And Table Topics is basically everyone getting a chance to give a 1 to 2 minute speech. That Giuseppe will give us the instructions on what the speech is going to be about.
I hope everybody joins today.
Yeah. And no fear, no fear. This is a non-judgment zone. Next,
yes,
will be the general evaluator. That means I'm going to evaluate the entire meeting to make sure that we've gone on time, to make sure things run smoothly. Jahnavi will be evaluating Sally's speech today. Evaluating a speech is a wonderful thing. It's not to make you feel terrible or bad. It's to help you become a better speaker. It will point out things that you did wonderfully. It will point out things that will help you, that you need a challenge on. It will also point out next steps for you. After that, we turn back to our Toastmaster and then our presiding officer. Now, while we're waiting, Marcy, do you have any questions?
No, that was very clear. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I will tell you, while we're waiting for Michael, that I had one person in my old club. The first time he spoke, he couldn't get up. He read everything from his paper. The following year, with being with Toastmasters, he gave an impromptu speech in front of 150 people at his daughter's wedding. Toastmasters help.
Oh,
Now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our Toastmaster of the day, Michael Lau.
Bathsheba, before Michael starts, did you already read the mission of the Toastmasters Club?
I did not. Go right ahead.
Okay. So, Michael, before you begin, I'm just going to read that and then I'll give it back to you. And I'm sorry if you guys heard anything prior to Bathsheba talking. I thought I muted myself. Okay. Good evening, everyone. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive, positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Regular attendance by members is essential in order for everyone to enjoy the benefits of their participation in Toastmasters. Now, saying that, I just want to mention, we do say regular attendance, but we also understand everybody has lives. We work, we have personal matters, we have family. So I would like to revise that to say, attend as many meetings as you can. And if you cannot make it to a meeting, just let Bathsheba, our education officer, or any of the officers know, so that way, if you're volunteering for a role, we can find a replacement. So without further ado, I would like to now introduce our Toastmaster for the evening, Mr. Michael Lau. Michael, when you're ready, please unmute yourself and introduce our role takers for today.
thank you for the introduction, Madam President. It is my pleasure to serve you as Toastmaster this evening. I'm sorry about earlier. I had a slight difficulty. So I would like to introduce our timer for today, Marissa Shed. Bring your hands together for Marissa. Marissa, please review timer's role and speech, table topics, speech slash table topics or topics, evaluations time for everybody?
Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, prepared speeches, and the speech evaluators. I will also alert each speaker to the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. This is my first night doing this, so may I test the cards that I'm going to hold up? Tell me if they fill the screen well enough. Okay, here's the yellow. Here's the green. And the red. Did that work? Okay, thank you.
Do it a little more to your left. It'll cover the full screen.
Oh, like, how's that?
Well, okay, it's fine.
You know what the problem is? I couldn't find a big red piece of paper. I got the big yellow, the big green, and a small envelope that was red.
It's okay.
No, it's yeah.
You can see it. Okay.
It's great. It's perfect. Yes.
Okay, so I think that's it. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Marissa. Next, we have a word of the day presented by our word master, Zachary. He will also be serving as the counter today. Take it away, Zachary.
I was just aware that I was the odd counter. I didn't prepare a word of the day. So let me start with that. If anyone wants to jump in and come up with a word of the day, I will. They can use that. So I'm going to describe my role to give someone time to see if they can brainstorm something. So thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. So I'm the odd counter, and the purpose of the odd counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including well, but, so, and, you know, etc. I will listen for filler sounds, including I will note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase, such as I, this means, etc. At the end of the meeting, at the grand conclusion of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Back to you. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Zachary, and thank you for taking on this role today. So for the word of the day, we're going to go with lenient. It means not harsh, severe, or strict. And next we have our joke master, Bathsheba, who will present the joke. She will also present the speech tip of the day. Take it away, Bathsheba.
Thank you, Michael. I'm going to start with the speech tip of the day. Let's talk about what a speech is. A speech has three parts: an opening, the body, the conclusion. The opening tells us what the speech is about. It should be clear. Pretty much it should be about 1.5 minutes. Typically a speech is from 5 to 7 minutes, so dedicate at least 1.5 minutes to your opening. You're going to be clear about what your speech is about. The body, or the meat of the speech, the main event. Talk about it. Tell us your story. Provide us with your facts. We should know what you're talking about when you give the body of the speech. The end of your speech is a summary of what you spoke about. You don't have to say everything over again. You can take bits and pieces of your speech. If you talked about volunteering someplace or told us about a place that you visited that you loved, you can give us a call to action. Tell us, here are places that you can go. Here are some resources. This is what the conclusion is going to be. Be lenient with yourself. Be okay with yourself. That is your speech tip of the night. Now I'm going to put on my other hat, joke master. This joke is based on a true story that happened in my house. For those of you that don't know, I'm a grandma. I talk about my grandbabies all the time. I moved to Union, New Jersey, bought a condo. I had the carpet vacuumed and shampooed. My grandbabies were sitting on the couch watching TV when 4-year-old Josh said, "Grandma, can I have some juice?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, of course, you can have juice, but you have to drink it in the kitchen." "Oh, man." And that's what children do. "Oh, man." I said, "Nope, in the kitchen." He's sitting at the table. He has his elbow on the table and his face in his hand, and he's thinking as he's drinking his juice. Then he says, "Grandma, do you have a penis?" Okay. My face turned bright red, and I had to remind myself that he was 4, that I could not let him see that I was embarrassed, that this was something natural. I said, "No, baby, Grandma does not. I'm a girl." He started thinking some more. Then he looked at me with disdain. He said, "Oh, so all you have is a butt." Yeah, all you have is a butt. I said, "You know what, little boy? Go take your juice and watch TV." That's the joke of the night. Take it away, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Bathsheba. Now I would like to present the speaker of the evening, Sally Zeng. Sally is a new member of TIC Toastmasters Club. Before she joined this club, she was a Pfizer Free Speech Toastmasters Club member since 2017 and completed one Pathways program, Team Collaboration. Now she is working on her second and third pathway programs, Presentation Mastery Level 2 and Engaging Humor Level 1. Tonight, Sally will be presenting a speech from Presentation Mastery Pathway Level 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. Her speech time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech title is Communication Styles. Jahnavi is her speech evaluator today. Jahnavi, can you review the objectives of her speech with us?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Yes, I can. The purpose of Sally's speech tonight is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose of the speech is also for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jahnavi. Sally, you may begin your speech when you are ready.
Okay. Everybody, can you see my screen? I have a presentation slides here. Okay, good. Now I'd like to start. Good afternoon, Mr. Toastmaster, fellows, and honored guests. Working on the project gave me an opportunity to think over about communication and its styles. We all know that communication is a transfer of information broadly. It's about listening and the response. Communication style connects people a lot with one person's personality. It eventually becomes a part of the individual working personal communication style. Considering the ability to comment, respect, advocated the fulfillment of individuals' rights, as well as ability to stand for what is right and wrong. Learning from Pathway Program project content, I know there are 4 communication styles: supportive, direct, analytical, and initiating. They are pretty straightforward, but I feel like some of communication behaviors not covered. I did the Google research to find out other 4 communication styles: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. What is a passive style? It's the style in which individuals have developed a pattern of avoiding expressing their opinion, feelings, protecting their rights, and identifying the meeting their needs. The impact is it's not assert themselves well, often feel answers because life seems out of the control. Aggressive is a style in which individuals express their feeling and opinion and advocate for their needs in a way that violated the others' rights. It will generate fear and hatred in others. Passive-aggressive, that's pretty straightforward. It's a style in which individuals appear passive on the surface, but really acting make people angry, indirect and behind the scene way. Assertive communication is a style in which individuals clearly state their opinions and feelings, are firmly advocated for their rights and needs without violating the rights of others. The communication style will create the respectful environment for others to grow and mature. This is my kind of favorite one for this. I couldn't find where's my screen? My slides. How about my slides? Sorry, I have to stop sharing and reshare again. Sorry. While I do this learning, I'm considering which one is mine. It's very important to understand the different communication styles to analyze my own communication style and the shortcomings associated with it so that it can be worked upon. But it's difficult to say which communication style is ideal and which one should never be adopted because it's very much based on situation as well as the individual personal choice. I recalled how I communicate with my colleagues in working environment, communicate with friends, family members in my personal life, analyze my communicating style based on this definition, given a consideration about the communication sender, receiver, individual cultural background, personality, etc. It's hard to define the communication style in a consistent manner. It completely depends on individual personal choice and behavior, as well as the individual goal setting for the future. After TIC evaluation questionnaire in pathway program, the result come out. I have a more supportive communication style. From Google search learning, most likely, I believe I may be in assertive and passive more. So in brief, I have to know what exactly does my work set up to adopt the particular communication style. Also in personal relationship, choosing the right communication style can effectively help me build a long-lasting relationship, whereas a negative communication style can ruin our relationship forever. Even though communication styles are situational, I consider assertiveness and the supportive communication styles allow us to take care of ourselves better and are fundamental for good mental health relationships, and creating harmonious working personal environment. Also, I like communicate with other people with lenient way to do the work, to the business, to the personality life as well. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, for your wonderful speech.
Thank you.
This concludes the prepared speeches segment for this meeting. Now we will enter the Thinking on Your Own Feet segment, led by our topics master, Giuseppe Turitto. After the topic session, Giuseppe, take it away.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We need to put 1 minute on the clock to give Sally an evaluation.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Can we put 1 minute on the clock?
Send it on the chat privately to her.
Okay, 1 minute's up.
Thank you, Marissa. Thank you for your. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this includes the prepared speeches segment of our meeting. Now we'll enter the Thinking on Your Feet segment, led by our topics master, Giuseppe.
All right. So we starting the table topics. And I'm going to tell a little story why we have as a background those guys, those horrible guys. Well, it happens to be that it appears all of a sudden a big alien ship. And these guys, they want to kill Earth. They have been listening to us. They have been watching all the TV. They know everything about us, but they don't understand a bunch of stuff. And so we are all invited up in their spaceship to explain them some basic concepts. So tonight, the table topics is explain basic concepts to an alien. Who wants to start? Who's first?
Okay, give it to me, Giuseppe.
All right, Marissa.
I don't know about this. Okay.
That ugly guy, he wants to know, what is gratitude?
What is what?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Oh boy. Okay. The alien wants to know what is gratitude. Boy. Well, gratitude to an alien is being thankful you don't live on this planet Earth because we seem to be ruining it. So you might feel gratitude to be on a planet that is more happy and not polluting the atmosphere, the waters, and happy to be in a planet that is friendly, no fighting, no guns. Now, you think of aliens as sometimes violent, but I think of aliens as maybe the higher planet, the better beings. So I would say gratitude is being from another planet. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Marissa. All right, Bathsheba. So they want to know exactly what it means for you, beauty. Remember, we have to convince these aliens that no, they don't have to kill us because they don't understand these concepts, okay?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome, honored guest. Dear alien, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I want you to understand that beauty on your planet may be different in our world. On this planet, an apple can be beautiful, just as a human being can be beautiful. A child can be beautiful, just as a place like the Grand Canyon can be beautiful. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. It is what you see. Beauty is an emotion that makes you feel teary-eyed. It may make you feel very happy. It will make you feel something. It is not the same for everyone. I do not want you to look at this planet and think that everything is ugly. I don't want you to look at this planet and think that it is a wasteland. I want you to look at it and think about the future, the things that we can do. We are happy to learn from you. We are happy to hear things that we can do to improve the planet. Whatever you want to sit down and teach us, we're willing to do, as long as you're not talking about eating or killing us. Back to you, Topics Master.
Thank you, Bathsheba. All right, so we start to get in there in the heat. Who else wants to come? Who else wants to talk to the big ugly alien? All right, Zach. So they want to know something very, very simple. What is for you friendship?
Can you repeat that? What is friendship?
What is for you friendship? Yes. Can you convince them that friendship is something that we have to keep?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Dear alien, friendship is having someone that you can trust, someone whom you make a mistake with, you know that they will be lenient with you and not be angry with you. Friendship is someone that you can go to in a crisis, or you can go for a small thing. Someone that you know who's always there for you, even if they are having their own predicaments and their own issues, because they will be there for you. And that's what friendship is. They will set aside what they are doing within reason to be supportive. And that would be a friendship, someone being a friend to me, as well as my friendship to someone else in an ideal world. And that's the green light. Thank you very much. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Zach. So, who's next?
Oh, I'll try.
All right, Jahnavi. So our friend over here starts to getting a little bit teary-eyed, and he just wants to know, what is for you love?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. And Alien, I don't know your name. And at first, when I saw you, I thought you were not that attractive, but you are a guest in our planet. And what I would like to share with you, what love is. Love can be anything. It doesn't have to be between two people. Love can be between a person and their pet, a pet that is an animal. Not sure if you have pets in your world. Love can be between a person and a thing. Like, I love flowers. I love Baby Yoda. It's your affection towards something or someone. And I hope that after you explore our planet a bit more, you too will come to love us and everything in it. Back to you, Topics Master.
Jahnavi. Well, you have to do something new for the poor or good. So who else wants to explain him that new word, that the new concept? He has no idea. Michael, Sally.
Well, what concept again?
The topic is you have to explain to that ugly guy that he wants to destroy Earth completely. He wants to kill us all. He knows everything about us. He has been watching TV. He has been getting all the information from us, but he doesn't understand a bunch of concepts that we have. And he just says, this planet has to get rid of, we have to get rid of them. So you are invited to explain him those concepts that they don't understand in order that they decide not to kill us.
Mm.
So he wants to know, what is affection? What is affection for you?
What is affection? Affection for me is to be well, a good show of affection would be not to kill us and not to destroy our world. I think that would be a show of affection to us. And I do hope that they will be lenient and not destroy us. Because I think we although we are probably not doing the way we're treating the planet is not the best, but it's something that we can work on. And hopefully we will be able to treat the planet better and continue on for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. So, Sally or Marcy? Who wants to come now?
Okay.
It's going to be easy.
Okay, I like an easy one.
Okay. He wants to know, what is happiness?
Happiness.
Yes. Wow.
Wonderful. What is happiness? This is a good question, universal question to each of us. I will ask them, what is your happiness in your planet? My happiness, or in this planet happiness, we can enjoy so many different kinds of things. The blue sky, the white cloud, friendship, human being, different culture, a lot of fun in our life. So that's make our happiness. And also the family is the happiness resource there. I will ask them, what is your happiness? What make you happy? When you visit our planet, do you feel people happy here? Or do you feel like you're happy in your planet? So that's just a lot of questions come up in my mind. But anything they don't understand, I try to explain to them. And maybe I can show them what's a lot of fun in our planet. Maybe make them feel attractive, want to stay with us. Thank you. Back to Giuseppe.
Thank you, Sally. Now,
Okay, I'll go for it, Giuseppe.
all right,
I have an
Marcy.
easy one too.
An easy one. What is for you fun? What it means fun?
Fun. Okay, Alien. Fun is what we'll have if we can collaborate together and coexist together. Fun will be all these feelings that you are asking us about that you will have if we can work together and build an amazing planet together. Fun is a feeling. Fun is something that you enjoy. It is something that you long for. It's something that excites you. It's a feeling and it's an emotion. I hope that you can experience it very soon on this planet. Thank you, Alien.
Thank you, Marcy. And welcome, Troy. So, if you want to participate, you're the last one. I can explain the entire story today.
Okay.
Okay. So, you see those ugly guys in the back? They came to
Yes.
Earth. They came to Earth and they want to destroy Earth. There is a Earth is in the middle of our way. We have to get rid of this. And with that, it means they're going to destroy us. They have been watching TV for all this time. They have access to the internet, so they understand everything about us. But they do not understand some principles, some concepts that we have in our day by day. So we have to explain them. We are invited all to their ship and to explain them what it means. And they will decide if they're going to get rid of the planet or just go to another direction.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the word for you, the concept for you is very simple. What is simple?
What is simple?
Yes. What is for you simple?
I'm sorry. Did you say symbol or simple?
Simple.
SIMPLE, right?
Yes.
If I had the opportunity to describe to these beings what is simple, I guess I would say to them, simple is just living your life the way that you feel that it should be lived and enjoying the simplicity of everything around you, looking at it with fresh and open eyes, looking at it with an open heart, and understanding diversity in all of creation. You can understand that and see the simplicity in that, understanding of what living a simple life and being simple is all about.
So much, Troy. So with this, we conclude or trying to explain these aliens that we are okay. And I think they decided to go away. So back to you, Mr. Toastmasters.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you for such an interactive table topics session. And I'm glad the aliens went away. Please take the time to vote in the poll, and let's just give it a minute, and then we're going to go on. Okay. If we're all done with the voting for the best table topics, then let's move on. Next, I would like to invite our general evaluator, Bathsheba, to introduce her evaluation team tonight. Let's give a round of applause for her.
Thank you, Michael. First of all, I won't do that. I'll wait until the end. I'm going to ask our prepared speaker, the evaluator for our prepared speaker, Sally Zeng, which is Jahnavi, to give her evaluation. Jahnavi?
Thank you, Miss General Evaluator. Hello, everyone, again. I am Sally's evaluator. Now, you've already heard me talk about the purpose of her speech. And my feedback is that, Sally, I think you did a great job in using vocal variety. Now, part of vocal variety is that you should have good volume and good pace. I think I can speak for everyone. It was easy to understand you. It was clear, and your volume was good. You weren't speaking too low and you weren't speaking too high. It was balanced. Now, I also liked your organization of the speech. You started engaging the audience right from the start, and you also had slides to share with us so that we knew exactly what you were going to talk about. Some room for improvement, because I can tell you, no matter how experienced or how seasoned of a Toastmaster you are, we can all improve. And I think some of the areas that you can improve is, in the beginning, I felt like you were trying to use your hands. So I thought you were going to gesture, but I wasn't sure because then you put them down again. So if you're going to use gesturing, try to keep it consistent. Also, I thought you could give more examples of your communication style. I know towards the end of your speech, you discussed what you found to be your communication style, but I think you can expand on it a bit more because that would help us get to know you more. Overall, I thought it was really good speech. Just one more thing that I wanted you to consider where you can challenge yourself is that I love that your slides were simple. I don't like it when people put like so much information on the styles that I end up reading the styles and don't even pay attention to the person. Your slides were great. And they didn't have a lot of graphics either that distract us from listening to you. But the only thing I would tell you is in the future, just practice sharing the slides and putting it in slideshow view if you have that on your computer. Because for me, everybody's tiles were on the side and I couldn't see part of your slides. But as I mentioned, really good job. And I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Jahnavi. Next up, we're going to ask our timer to give the timing report. Marissa, you're up.
Just dropped the timing report on the floor. One moment, please. I'm back. Okay. Okay, had to record the last one. Okay, so I guess I will start with the speech. Sally hit it on the head with 7 minutes. Perfect. Her speech evaluator, since we just heard it, also very good, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. That was a 3-minute, supposed to be 3-minute evaluation. And by the way, Sally's speech was 5 to 7, so she hit it perfectly, 7. Table topics is a 2-minute speech, and Jahnavi, this may not be in any particular order. Jahnavi, 1 minute, 20 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. It could be from 1 to 2 minutes. Shouldn't be less than 1 minute. Michael was 1 minute, 5 seconds. Bathsheba was 1 minute 30 seconds. Sally was 1 minute 28 seconds. I tried to time myself. I think I hit 1 minute. Zachary hit 1 minute exactly too. Marcy was 50 seconds. And Troy was only 30 seconds. And I think that's it for the night. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Unmute myself. It looks like I won the poll, so thank you for those of you that voted for me. Yay. Super excited about that. Next up, we are going to ask our counter to give his report. Go ahead, Zachary.
Thank you, General Evaluator. As I explained in the introduction, I'm counting the filler words, and I'm also going to be including the grammatical issues at the end. So starting with Michael, our Toastmaster, he had 1 4 ums. Sally didn't have anything. Giuseppe, as the table topics master, had 1 1 well, and 3 so's. Marissa had 1 1 you know, and 1 okay. Jahnavi had 1 1 you know. Michael, during the table topics, had 3 uhs, 1 well, and 2 repeats of is and we separately. Sally didn't have anything for the table topics. Marcy had two ums. Troy didn't have anything. Bathsheba didn't have anything. And for Jahnavi was so close to having like a perfect game, but just towards the end she had 1 So it's just so close. I'm thinking of the baseball analogy. Now, in terms of grammar, Giuseppe, you said explain them 3 times and explain him. I believe that you meant explain to him, explain to them. I may have misheard that, but that's what I heard. That I believe the preposition was missing. In terms of the word of the day, I'll just give the caveat that I've seen this every time. That people who count the word of the day, there's always someone who says afterwards, "No, you didn't count me." So I caught Bathsheba and myself. Is there anyone else that I missed? And I want you to be honest about this. So, okay, then that covers my. What you did, Marissa, as well?
I thought I said it, but I'm not positive.
Okay, well, we can go back to the videotape later, but I'll err on the side of that.
Maybe I was thinking of using it.
Okay, so back to you, General Evaluator. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Zach. This is my report. I want to acknowledge Marissa as first-time timer. You did an excellent job. I want to acknowledge Michael as first-time Toastmaster. Excellent, wonderful job. That's not an easy role. You went in there and you banged it up. Sally, this is your first speech at TIC Toastmaster. I did want to acknowledge that. We had a very unique table topics. You could see everyone was really involved and thinking. Great job, Giuseppe. You fooled me. I thought it was going to be something different, but you pulled a rabbit out of a hat. I absolutely loved it. Our guest, Marcy, you were greeted warmly by Jahnavi, and you were explained to what Toastmasters meant by myself as well as Jahnavi. Although the meeting time changed, everybody was on time today, so thank you very much. We had a little bit of a snafu with time, but that's okay. We have people jumping in. Zachary, we want to thank you for stepping in as our counter grammarian at literally the very last minute of the meeting. Giuseppe provided the word of the day, so we want to thank you for that. And our evaluator, Jahnavi, you could tell you're a seasoned evaluator. You really could. You were picking up stuff, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I love when I see that. Marissa, did you hear this? Did you see what she did? She picked up all of these pieces of Sally's speech. Some things that I didn't pick up, but when you sit in it as an evaluator, you'll pick these things up. When you're not paying, you cut out all the noise and you don't listen to anything else. You just pay attention to that evaluation. And we have to give it to you, Jahnavi, because you wore 2 hats tonight. And so for you to be able to do that, and you took on a little bit of Toastmasters. So everybody, let's give her a round of applause for that, because that was an excellent job she did. At this point, I'm just going to say we did a great job as Toastmasters. Marcy, I hope that you come back, because this is just the beginning. This is a wonderful club. This is my second club. And Troy, as always, it's a pleasure to see you. We're glad that you were able to come. I'm going to turn it back over to our Toastmaster of the night, Michael.
Thank you, Bathsheba. And with that, I will hand the meeting back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And just chiming in on what Bathsheba said, I'm very happy to see that all of our new members are jumping in and trying something new. Because one thing I've learned over the years is when you join Toastmasters, the only way to improve is to just jumping into the water. Take the initiative, because you wouldn't have joined Toastmasters if you didn't want to improve, meaning that we're all here to learn. And there are wonderful people here who are very nurturing, who are great mentors. So for all of our new members, if you haven't picked a mentor yet, please pick a mentor. We have members here who've been in Toastmasters from 1 to 8 years. And, we can learn from you and you can learn from us. And if you have any questions, as I always say, reach out to us, because that's the only way we learn. Marcy, it was great having you. If you could take just if you'd like, 30 seconds to a minute, just to share with us, how you like the meeting. Is there anything that you think we can improve? Because we love feedback from our guests.
Yes, thank you. I think it was amazing. It was very structured, and I appreciate that coming from my day of Zoom calls all day that are very the opposite of that and quite chaotic. So I really appreciated the structure and the timekeeping. So yeah, I think that was amazing. And I definitely will be back. I think it's just, it's just experience and just trying, like you said, and jump in and getting feedback from each other. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So thank you.
No, thank you. And what I wanted to tell you, Marcy, was I really appreciate that you took the initiative and answered the table topics. We have guests all the time, and they're not always so courageous, but you were just like, I'm just going to go all in. What do I have to lose? Because in a Toastmasters meeting, we're not here to judge you. We're here to help you grow and learn. And I really appreciated that you just gave it a shot.
Yeah, it helped that it was a fun topic. I really appreciate that. It made it easier to jump in.
Most of the time they are. We always tell people to avoid religious or politics, because everybody has their own opinion and we don't want people to be offended. So we encourage people to think out of the box and try different topics to share with our members. I just wanted to introduce to you, I know we have a few minutes, our leadership team. So if you have questions about any aspect of the Toastmasters, any of us can help you. I'm not sure if you know me, but I'm the president of this club, and the leadership positions, they change every year. So if you decide to join us, you also have the opportunity to take on a leadership role and try something new. Next, we have Bathsheba. She's our VP of Education. So if you decide to join us, she will help you figure out your education part. What is it that you want out of Toastmasters? Then we have our VP of membership, newly elected, Sally Zeng. So wonderful that she took the initiative after joining our club to take on a leadership position. Then we have Michael Lau, who is our Vice President of Public Relations. So he's, spreading the word about our club through the community, through social media. Then we have Giuseppe, who's our treasurer and acting secretary for now. And our immediate past president, he's not with us today, but his name is Ari. His wife recently had a baby, so he's busy being a father. So I'm sure in time you'll get to know all of us, as I said, when you attend more meetings. Yes, Bathsheba?
Before we close, I just want Nitty, she's a friend of mine from my swim club. She just literally joined the call. So Nitty, do you want to go ahead and say hi to everybody?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. I'm so sorry to just barge in at the end of the meeting. I just promised Bathsheba that I will be there, but I just got stuck and it slipped my mind. But it was good to see you all, and I'm hoping I could join the next meeting on time, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Nitty. We're happy to have you.
Definitely, Nidhi. Thank you for joining us even at the end of the meeting. Our next meeting is 2 weeks from today, which is on the 17th. And as we mentioned before, it's at 6:30. So it's 6:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern. For those of you who are not on the East Coast, there are. And our club meetings are every first and third Wednesday of every month. Yes, Troy?
I have a question. Are we ever going to be meeting in person again? And if so, has that been discussed? Because I remember 2-3 years ago when we used to meet at the Interchurch, and since COVID, so I know that places are starting to open and gather again, and I just wanted to know, has there been any discussion on that? I haven't been around, so I'm just trying to find out.
There has been discussion. I think for now, at least for the next 6 months to a year, we are going to meet virtually until everybody feels safe. I think at some point, maybe we can do hybrid, but I think for the next year, we are going to be virtual.
Because the reason why I'm asking is because I didn't get to the picnic that day, and I saw the pictures. I'm sorry. I saw the pictures online, and I saw that everyone was meeting and everyone was safe. So I just thought that from that moment on, I thought we was going to start meeting again, face to face,
I understand. I think we have discussed the board of officers. We did discuss. I think it's kind of mixed because some of our membership are in different states. So if we go back in person, they're not going to be able to join us, like Bathsheba and Sally. They're in different states now. We are still talking about it, but for now, we are staying virtual.
Okay.
And we're going to figure out if going hybrid is something we can do. That way, Bathsheba and Sally can still join us if we go back to in person.
We also want to add that Giuseppe will be moving out of the country.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, I know.
I forgot.
I was at that meeting 2 weeks ago. I came late again, and he said that he was moving to Spain. And Giuseppe, I connected with your invitation on LinkedIn after that. Thank you.
Yes.
Totally forgot. Giuseppe, I'm still in denial.
Unless you want to pay me the flights every 2 weeks to come here, well, but it needs to be the Concorde. Oh, shoot, the Concorde is...
It's no longer.
It's no more.
No more.
I do want to add that Zach did make a good point that that picnic was outside, so it wasn't in a closed room. So that was a little bit different than, everybody coming to a conference room.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes, that's true. Hybrid, well, not my problem. After December 1st, not my problem. You guys figure out the problem. But it's expensive. It is something that nobody has. Yes,
Yeah, the
Marissa.
picnic was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As this sending you on a flight here, unfortunately, that is outside of our budget for now.
Marissa,
Hey,
you have
I
a
am the
question?
treasurer. I can do that.
Maybe we can have a yearly meeting in person. We all go to Spain.
Yes, good idea.
Right? The yearly meeting for our club. So we can go to Giuseppe when you settle down. So let us know so that we can set up time for yearly meeting over there.
I'm voting in advance, yes.
Me too.
Anyone else have any questions before I close out the meeting? Yes, Marissa?
I wanted to comment on Troy's asking about in person because I was a little reluctant to join when I found out it was just Zoom. And I thought I'll put off joining until they go back in person. And Zach spent a lot of time with me on the phone talking to me about the fact that I didn't like Zoom was a good reason for me to practice using Zoom. Luckily, I don't have to use it for work. So I feel sorry for Marcy and others that have to do it all day long. It seems awful. But I do find that it has helped me anyway to be in Toastmasters, even with the virtual. I get just as nervous. I think I'd be just as nervous in person as I am on the Zoom. But that aside, I think it still helps to be in Toastmasters virtually than not be in it. I'm still getting a lot of what I need. And when we ever go in person, I think I'll be more prepared for that too. So that's just what I wanted to comment.
Thank you for your feedback.
I have one comment.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that Mercy, very welcome you join our team and the club member. I expect you can be a member very soon. So as the VP of membership, definitely that's my responsibility to help you. If you need anything from here, I can, support you. But definitely I'm looking forward you to be our member.
Amazing. I did have one question. How many members are there?
As of right now, we have
membership.
13.
13, okay.
Yes.
Fluctuates.
And I do want to remind everyone, bring a friend. Mm-hmm. Bring a friend. So 2 people got the message and brought a friend. I brought a friend. Jahnavi brought a friend. Everybody else, bring a friend. Zach, you're not off the hook. You brought in a few people. Bring a friend. Always bring a friend. Come on now.
Right. That's a good idea. I support. I thank you for you bringing your friends here. Libhi, welcome.
Giuseppe, how do you know I'm hungry? Did you see my salad?
Oh.
We could hear your stomach rumbling.
That was mine. That was my stomach.
Okay.
Well, before I close out, I know I'm not sure who all celebrated, but this week it's actually Diwali. So for those of you who do celebrate, happy Diwali. I'm not sure, Nidhi, if you celebrate. I just wanted to wish you so happy Diwali.
Same to you.
To be tomorrow.
On November 17th, mark your calendars at 6:30 to 8 p.m. And so with that, I would like to close the meeting if there are no more questions. Okay, everyone, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.